About a week ago, I just upgraded from this phone to this phone. Budget to premium. Just how big of a difference is it actually? Keep watching to find out. Hi, I'm Justin from Random Tech Videos. Today I'm discussing what it's like to upgrade from like an ultra budget phone to a flagship premium phone. Both of them are Android. This is a Samsung, the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and this is a Motorola One 5G Ace from like 2 years ago. Both phones work as a phone, obviously. Both phones can browse the web, take photos, do all that kind of stuff. So they're both phones. But you would think this would win in every category because it's newer, better, way more expensive, but it's not exactly the case. So first of all, I'm going to discuss what I like about the premium flagship Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra over my own budget phone. This phone is obviously much faster, has a lot more RAM, way better specs, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I obviously like that. This phone also has more features such as the Galaxy S Pen, which lets me draw on the screen or use it as a magnifier or take photos remotely, all that kind of good stuff. This phone has a much better display, OLED 1440p compared to not so great LCD display, even though it's not horrible on this phone. This display is no comparison to this display. And on top of it, this phone has 120 Hz, so it's way smoother to use in everyday life. One other thing I noticed is that while my previous phone here would randomly have trouble when switching between 5G and LTE in not so great reception areas, my flagship phone switches much faster, and it's not like I would lose internet for a minute or two at a time like it would on my previous phone. Not every budget phone is like that, but that one was. And then, yes, of course, the main reason why I upgraded, the cameras. My budget phone records way worse video than my Samsung flagship does, because this can record 8K, it can record super slow-mo, it can do all sorts of cool stuff. It has a 10x zoom, a 3x zoom, all that good stuff, which my budget phone simply could not do. And this can record 4K 60, which is typically the resolution I use on one of my other channels, which my other phone couldn't do, and so I always had to record on my GoPro. But now I can record on my phone like a normal person. So obviously there's more stuff that I like about this phone, but those are like the major points. I plan to do a full review on this phone after using it for about a month, so if you want to get subscribed to the channel so you see that, because I do honest reviews with no bias, then maybe consider subscribing. Okay, enough with the shameless plugs of my YouTube channel. Okay, we get you all hate that. Okay, back to the point. Now talking about just some stuff I had to get used to that's neither better nor worse, but just stuff I had to get used to. Going from a Motorola phone to a Samsung phone, there's just some differences. Like for example, the app launcher on the Motorola, you just swipe up and you can scroll through it like this. But on the Samsung, you swipe up and then you have to swipe from side to side. And if you just swipe up again, it goes back to home screen. So that's just like a UI difference that I had to get used to, along with a few other things that aren't major. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's neither better nor worse. And now for what you really came here for, what I don't like. I think it's best to just show you. It might be a little out of focus, I'm sorry about that, but there's something missing on my new phone. A headphone jack. So now, instead of just plugging in any set of wired earbuds, I now have to go online and buy special USB Type-C earbuds that I can plug into my phone directly. I don't care about the idea that, oh, if you aren't broke and you can afford a flagship phone, you want to use wireless earbuds. I have wireless earbuds. This is only one of multiple sets of wireless earbuds that I have. I can afford to get wireless earbuds, whichever ones I want basically. But I just want the simplicity of something that's small, that fits in my pocket, that doesn't take up bulk, that doesn't have to have batteries every charge, and just plug into the phone. Yes, I got carried away there. But sure, I can get wired earbuds that plug into the USB-C jack. But then if I wanted to charge at the same time, I'd have to use wireless charging, which, by the way, that is one nice feature that this phone has that I forgot to mention earlier. There's a gnat flying around me. And I should not have to sacrifice my charging port in order to be able to listen to audio on wired earphones. Like, it makes no sense why flagship phones don't have this feature. Another minor thing that I don't like is, unlike my previous phone, this one does not have a micro SD card slot, but, well, I got the 512GB version and I never used it on here, even though I only had 128GB, I never used it, so I wish it had it there, but it's not the end of the world for me. Another thing that I don't like, this is less about flagship versus budget, and more about Motorola versus Samsung. So here's my Motorola phone. Here's how I turn on the flashlight. Flashlight on. Now on Samsung, here's how I have to do it, or on any other Android for that matter. Swipe down from the top and then press flashlight. Flashlight on. This may not be a big deal for everyone, but considering that one of my jobs is a DoorDash driver, it was very useful to at night when delivery food just go like this and my flashlight would be on and go like that and it would be off. Very, very useful that I don't have now. But that's not the fault of this phone. That's just Motorola had a very great feature here. And I would just do this all the time just to fidget because when I get bored, I just do this and just keep doing 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 this. Now we come to the final point that I don't like about upgrading. The physical fingerprint reader versus the in-display fingerprint reader. Okay, so here's the physical fingerprint reader on my own phone. I'm about to touch it right now. Immediately and like that. Now let's try the same here. See, I'm trying to reposition. There we go. Let's try that again. It works. Let's try it again. It doesn't work, and then it eventually works. And then sometimes I keep trying, and then it's like fingerprint does not match. And then it lost me out of my phone, I have to enter my password. That's very annoying. Whereas on my own phone, I don't even have to be looking at my phone to know where to place my finger. And I unlocked it without even looking. So that is one thing I don't get. Fingerprint readers should be on the back or on the power button. It is very annoying to have to look at the screen to find where to place the finger and then have to place it exactly right. So I hope you found this video helpful. Those are just some of the things in the 1 week period that I switched from a budget phone to a flagship Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. And that's what I like and what I don't like about it. There are some more things that I'd like to mention, but for the sake of keeping this video not so long that you'll want to fall asleep watching it. Wait, I've probably already failed at that. But anyway, I plan to have a full review from a user standpoint of the Galaxy S23 Ultra coming out, meaning I'm not going to be focusing on all the tech specs, I'm just going to be focusing on the user experience. I hope you found this video helpful, especially if you're considering upgrading from a budget Android phone to a flagship Android phone. If you have any comments or thoughts, feel free to leave it in the comments section below the video. And until my next video, which will probably be the S23 Ultra review, thank you for watching and goodbye. If you found the video helpful, please like.